The cowboy's saddle was his workbench and throne, his love for it as a tradition of the range. It was his most highly prized possession, and in the old days often cost more than the horse he slapped it on. The company might sell the horses he rode up the trail behind a herd of steers, but he kept his saddle and bought it back in a gunny sack. The expression he sold his saddle meant he was utterly broke or in disgrace. Even in death, his saddle was associated with Ime, and he'd sacked his saddle meant he'd gone over the long trail. When he was too old to ride, and it was said he'd hung up his saddle, or hung his saddle on the fence. Our first saddle came from Mexico, but the American cowboy made a heap of changes and improvements to suit his needs. Without the Western saddle, no man could have rode the bucking horses of the range, and there'd been no cowboys and no ranches. Over the years, there developed many different styles in saddles, as to tree, cantle, horn, or rigging, but once a rider got one that suited and fit him, he wouldn't part with it of his own accord. One correctly made with stout tree and prime leather would last a long time, unless it was the victim of some accident. If a horse throwed a rider and got away, this cowhand was sure to yell, "Catch my saddle!" The horse belonged to the company, but the saddle was his own private property.